In the landscape of American politics, few names evoke as much nostalgia and passion as Kennedy. While John F. Kennedy led a nation through hope and transformation, his younger brother, Robert F. Kennedy, took up the mantle and became a symbol of resilience, reform, and unwavering dedication to social justice. Known for his commitment to civil rights, anti-poverty efforts, and an end to the Vietnam War, Robert's life and work left an indelible mark on American history, a legacy that continues to inspire generations. Early life and family. Robert Francis Kennedy was born on November 20th, 1925, in Brookline, Massachusetts, as the seventh child in the renowned Kennedy family. Raised in a large Irish Catholic household, Robert, often called Bobby, grew up amidst his siblings, including future President John F. Kennedy. Their father, Joseph P. Kennedy Sr., was a prominent businessman and politician who instilled a strong sense of duty, competition, and public service within his children. Their mother, Rose Fitzgerald Kennedy, was deeply religious and provided a moral foundation that influenced Robert's life and work. The Kennedy children were brought up with a distinct mix of privilege and pressure. They were expected to excel in their academic pursuits, sports, and eventually their careers. For Robert, growing up in the shadows of his older, more charismatic siblings was challenging, but it helped him develop a unique sense of humility and a deep commitment to service. Education and military service. Robert attended various schools throughout his childhood, including Portsmouth Priory School and Milton Academy, where he faced academic challenges but steadily improved. In 1943, he entered Harvard College, though his studies were interrupted when he joined the U.S. Navy during World War II. After serving as a seaman on a naval ship, he returned to Harvard in 1946 and completed his studies, graduating in 1948. After Harvard, Robert pursued a law degree at the University of Virginia, where he developed a reputation as a serious and diligent student. He graduated in 1951 and, after a short stint in private practice, chose to enter public service, motivated by his family's legacy and his desire to impact the world meaningfully. Early political career, the rise of a crusader. Robert's entry into the political arena was facilitated by his older brother, John F. Kennedy, who was then a rising star in U.S. politics. Robert initially served as an assistant counsel for the Senate Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations, where he worked under the infamous Senator Joseph McCarthy, known for his anti-communist crusades. Robert soon found himself at odds with McCarthy's methods and tactics, reflecting a sense of moral integrity that would define his career. In 1957, Robert took on the role of chief counsel for the Senate Rackets Committee, led by Senator John McClellan. His focus on organized crime and corruption brought him national attention as he pursued the powerful Teamsters Union, including its leader Jimmy Hoffa, with a rare intensity and commitment to justice. His fearless work led to several major criminal indictments and established him as a crusader against corruption. Attorney General under John F. Kennedy. Robert's relationship with John F. Kennedy was not only close, but instrumental in shaping his career. When John ran for president in 1960, Robert played a key role as his campaign manager, displaying a natural talent for strategy and dedication. His efforts contributed to John's narrow victory over Richard Nixon, and as a reward and acknowledgement of his skills, John appointed Robert as the U.S. Attorney General in 1961. As Attorney General, Robert continued his fight against organized crime, cracking down on the mafia and using his legal expertise to bring high-profile criminals to justice. But his most notable work came in the realm of civil rights. The early 1960s were marked by intense racial segregation and discrimination, particularly in the southern United States. Robert used his position to advocate for African American rights, intervening in cases of racial violence and pushing for desegregation in educational institutions. His commitment to civil rights extended to supporting Martin Luther King Jr. and other activists in their efforts. In 1962, during the University of Mississippi's admission of James Meredith, an African-American student, Robert sent federal marshals to protect Meredith against a hostile crowd, showcasing his commitment to justice and equality. A transformative journey, from Attorney General to Senator. Following the assassination of John F. Kennedy in 1963, Robert was devastated. His brother's death profoundly affected him, marking a turning point in his life. Struggling with grief, Robert resigned from his position as Attorney General in 1964, yet he remained determined to continue his public service. In 1964, he ran for and won a seat in the U.S. Senate from New York. During his time as senator, Robert began focusing on issues close to his heart, advocating for the poor, marginalized, and disenfranchised. He visited impoverished areas, including the Mississippi Delta and Appalachia, and publicly highlighted the plight of America's poorest citizens. He also became an outspoken critic of the Vietnam War, challenging President Lyndon B. Johnson's policies and pushing for a more peaceful and diplomatic approach. Robert's transformation during this period was significant. He evolved from a staunch, often aggressive figure into a compassionate leader concerned with social justice. This shift was evident in his speeches and actions, as he called for unity, empathy, and peace. By 1968, he had become a symbol of hope for many Americans, particularly young people and minority groups disillusioned with the political establishment. The 1968 presidential campaign, a beacon of hope. In March 1968, Robert announced his candidacy for President of the United States. His campaign quickly gained momentum, as he offered a powerful message of hope and change. He addressed issues such as poverty, racial inequality, and the need to end the Vietnam War, resonating with a diverse coalition of Americans who longed for a new vision for the country. Robert's campaign was marked by a sense of urgency and a genuine connection with ordinary Americans. He often visited poor neighborhoods, urban centers, and college campuses, engaging directly with the people he sought to represent. His charisma and empathy set him apart from other candidates, making him a beloved figure to millions. However, his stance on various issues, especially the Vietnam War, also made him a target of criticism from certain political factions. On June 4, 1968, Robert won the California primary, a significant victory in his quest for the Democratic nomination. The following night, however, his life and campaign were tragically cut short when he was assassinated at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles by Sirhan Sirhan. His death shocked the nation and left a void in American politics that many believe has yet to be filled. Legacy and impact. Robert F. Kennedy's legacy transcends his relatively short life. His deep commitment to social justice, civil rights, and ending poverty influenced a generation of Americans and paved the way for future leaders focused on compassion and equality. His speeches, particularly those in 1968, remain some of the most moving calls for unity and progress in American history. After his death, his family and supporters continued to advance his vision. The Robert F. Kennedy Memorial was established to promote human rights and social justice worldwide, carrying on his legacy through awards, advocacy, and educational programs. His children and extended family have also remained active in politics, public service, and advocacy, ensuring that the Kennedy name remains synonymous with ideals of justice and public good. Robert's life and work serve as a reminder that politics can be a force for good, driven by empathy, compassion, and an unwavering commitment to equality. Although his time was brief, Robert F. Kennedy's impact endures, inspiring countless individuals to fight for a better, fairer world.